Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Here's Frank and Mario.
Frank's back. He looks like he's up for this.
Yeah, do you think so? I know it's late for Frank and Mario, of course.
Good.
Yeah, they're in Europe at the moment.
Well, Mario's always travelling somewhere, isn't he?
Craig,
If
Arsenal sign a proper number 9 in January, will they be right back in the title race this season? Someone like Osimhen or Isak? Well, they're not getting Osimhen. He's already made the move.
Isak's having some contract issues at Newcastle.
But he's not going to go in January, is he?
No.
So that's your problem. Who are you going to get for number 9?
Yeah, the ship has sailed, really. It was the summer, wasn't it?
Yes.
So I don't think they'll even try. I think they'll stick with what they've got, and he'll have to come good. But it's not just the goals. It's just...
Craig,
right.
aren't you perhaps expecting too much from Havertz? The way I see it, he is a high-volume and high-end utility player, i.e. a team player, not a star, unlike Saka and Odegaard.
Well, he's their number 9. What do you want?
What did he cost? 65 million?
Yes.
He is Arsenal's number 9. They are going for a title. They were perceived at the start of the season to be the second strongest team in the league, and they have a passenger up front who scored 4 league goals. And they argued with me last week, Jules, that he didn't have Martin Odegaard for a bit. That's why he's not scored as many goals. Liam Delap at Ipswich does not have Martin Odegaard. All these other players do not have Martin Odegaard, but they're scoring goals. But the problem is, I don't have an issue if somebody's not scoring goals, if the other facets of the game are really good. The link-up play, their passing, everything. But his is just average. He works hard, wins a few headers, but he doesn't do enough for me. I'm sorry, he doesn't do enough for me. You don't win Premier League titles with passengers in the team. City, when they won it, didn't have any passengers. Anybody that was a passenger at City over the last few years was on the bench. As soon as you were underperforming, you were out.
Mario?
No, like for Havertz, the situation what he had at Chelsea, that was already difficult for him, and he played okay. He scored that goal, made them win the final. Then he goes to Arsenal. I thought they were going to use him as an attacking midfielder or playing around the striker. They use him as an ultimate striker again. And he's not scoring. So being in England, they talked about it too. And you highlighted Isak. I think he's still in their thought because, Isak is clearly one of those, players that he has the speed. He likes, he's really focused on scoring. And he's got the determination in the sense of he has no fear. Even if the weekend when you saw how he scored, the ball dropped. And sometimes we say strikers are lucky, but it's not always lucky. They just stand at the right position sometimes. And that ball drops exactly there. And that's what happened over the weekend. So when it comes to Arsenal, I think if they want to go for it, that I do have to agree with Greg. If they want to go for the title, they need an ultimate striker. They can get them at least a double numbers of goals to make sure they push to the top and make a problem for everybody else around them.
But this is on the manager, though, because he signed 2 strikers for a lot of money that don't score goals. Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz. He signed them in the number 9 position.
He didn't even sign him as a centre-forward. He signed him to play in the middle of the park.
Well, he did Havertz, yeah.
Frank, what's truly more important to your career? Playing for your national team or playing consistency for the club that pays your salary?
That's a hard question, but I would say that in order to be with the national team, you have to be good and consistently good with your club. So the priority has to be the club team. Of course, that's your daily job and what you have to be at your best, and then you can enjoy the national team. But it's more important to be good with the club team. Otherwise, you won't be with the national team. So it's crucial. After, when you are settled down and you are, pretty sure to be with the national team, you share the time, and maybe not with the club, but with the national team, you picked your games. We can see nowadays players not being fully committed with the national team because they want to be there, but at the same time they don't want to get injured. They know that it's not very important. I mean, we are talking about the Nation League tournament. Nobody cares, in fact. So
no.
The club team is much more important than the national team for me.
Frank, start, bench and drop these Chelsea player managers. Glenn Hoddle, Ruud Gullit, Gianluca Vialli.
I've never been under Glenn Hoddle, so I'm sorry, with all due respect for his career as a player, because I played against him when he was in Monaco, I will have to drop him. Ruud made me come to Chelsea, and he changed my life. So I have to go with Ruud as a start. Bench Gianluca. Gianluca, we won titles with Gianluca, but it was straight after Ruud Gullit's sacking, like a month after, when we started to win the League Cup, for example, and the European Cup Winners' Cup, sorry. But Gianluca was and they were both at the beginning of their career. Didn't get along, both of them, but they were absolutely two fantastic people, and for me, and not for Craig, I'm sure, but for me, and they were helpful in my career for sure.
No, I don't mind. It was, that's a football decision rather than a people. But there's a little caveat here. This question is actually wrong.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why. There's only 2 of those people were actually player managers.
So Vialli wasn't a player manager?
Vialli was.
Oh.
Glenn was.
Right.
Yes.
Ruud was not.
Ah.
Ruud was a player for a year, and I played with him.
Yeah.
And then he became a manager.
Ah.
So he hung his boots up.
No,
Am I
Craig,
right?
I played, the first year I played with him some FA Cup games like in Oxford, we played together. The first year that I was there, so
Right, he was still a player
the second
then.
year was there. He was still a player, he was mostly a manager, but I played a couple of games with him. I remember against Leicester when I scored a goal, he was with me in playing defender with me. So the second year, he played the second year as a player manager too.
Ah.
He never played with. I don't remember him playing the year he was manager when I was there. Anyway.
Well, there you go.
So we don't want to elongate this segment.
Well, you've done it already with your false facts.
It's not false. What's wrong? I don't remember him playing. He was manager that year, 96, 97.
Okay.
All right.
Right, but Frank's played games as well.
He
Disagree.
played.
It's okay.
Look, you've got him going again now as well.
I don't
Stevie,
remember that.
should Real Madrid permanently play Tchouaméni at centre-back and sign a midfielder, maybe Zubamendi, this January?
No, I think they should play him there if they need to.
Right.
I don't think he should be there
Permanently.
permanently. No, absolutely not.
No.
Craig, have you read the comments from Clark on how Scotland can improve as a national team?
No.
It seems that younger players are not getting enough minutes in all levels. How do managers balance getting results but also playing young players for development?
I mean, I've not read Stevie Clark's comments. I read some comments from journalists about the state of young Scottish players playing in Scotland and what he has to pick from. I think that's the bigger issue, unless I'm missing something. The other side of it is, I haven't seen a game from the Scottish Premiership or whatever you call it in over 11 years, 12 years, so I have no idea. I can see the guys that are playing in England, but in terms of players playing in Scotland that are going to improve the national team, I'm sure he's looked at them all. But I can't really comment too much on it because I don't see the Scottish games.
Rank the football families. Mario, here we go. Get ready. Bobby and Jack Charlton, Cesare and Paolo Maldini, Johan and Jordi Cruyff.
Oh, there's only one answer to this.
Good luck, Mario.
Yeah, it's difficult, but, Cruyff, he trained me when I was a young boy, so that is probably the one I'm gonna call. And it'd be my number 1 pick. And then
Right.
Maldini, Maldini is someone that it's not a lot of players when you see them on the street. When I bumped into Maldini on the street, I literally walked up to him and asked him, "Can we take a picture?"
Oh.
So Maldini has to be in my call. And then Bobby Charlton. Look, I like it, but it was not my time. So that's why it's strange for me. You're picking someone, but you're not really connected to it as much as some other people would be. So that's why, for me, Cruyff number 1, Maldini after, and then Bobby will be my second one, regardless of he being a legend.
Frank, what's wrong?
I cannot agree with Mario in a way that Jordi Cruyff didn't have the career of all the others.
Right.
So it's hard to choose between Bobby and Jack Charlton and Cesare and Paolo Maldini because they were the four of them at the top of the top in their positioning at the time they played. Johan Cruyff, of course, one of the best players in the world for sure.
Yeah.
But Jordi Cruyff, I mean, he was the son of Johan Cruyff.
The Charlton brothers
as good
both won
as
the World
Johan
Cup.
Cruyff.
Than Johan.
It's got to be the Charlton brothers, isn't
I mean, I was
He was like
thinking
Johan
Maldini, Cesare and
Yeah.
Paolo. But now I've just remembered the Charltons won the World Cup.
Yes.
Two brothers in the same team.
Got to be the Charltons.
So you'll have the Charltons.
It's got to be the Charltons.
Yeah, got to be the Charltons. There we go.
Yeah.
For Craig, thoughts on commentary firing Mark Robbins?
Very harsh.
Been commentary for a long time, wasn't he?
They haven't got a bean to rub together, really, as a budget. He took them from, I think, League Two to the Championship playoff, to the FA Cup semi-final. They had a bit of a rough start to this year. Not a disaster in the Championship, bit of a rough start, and they've binned them. But he'll get another job anyway.
Frank, what's the worst international football stadium you've played at?
Worse.
Wow. Wow.
International.
Well, I guess there are so many, but
The Pharaohs.
Yeah, for you, Craig, yeah?
the problem is,
The Faroe. What?
yeah,
San
we
Marino.
play again.
I never played San Marino. I played in the Faroe Islands.
The Faroe
The
Islands?
hotel had a grass roof.
A grass
Yeah,
roof?
Faroe
Yes.
Island. I'm with
Grass
Craig.
roof.
I'm
Right.
with Craig. Yeah.
It never
No.
got dark.
Yes.
No,
Stadium. What?
San Marino's
But
worse.
I haven't played in San Marino.
San Marino. Yes, San Marino. Yes.
Yeah, but you have-
Then he
Actually,
is
bro,
right.
I
That,
never
that
played.
stadium
I
is.
don't know this for a
Why are
fact.
you getting angry?
Well, I
It's
guess
the worst one. You've played.
Andorra.
I'm not playing at San Marino.
Come on,
you dumpling.
I'm saying Frank's giving it all that. Yeah.
Andorra. I think Andorra is the worst.
See, Andorra's
I'm
worse.
starting them now.
Andorra? What was wrong with it, Frank?
No, but he.
Yeah. So, I never played there because it was so bad that we played in Barcelona against Andorra. But I've
I
seen the
see.
stadium. I saw some games there. I mean, yeah, that's not an international football stadium.
Yeah.
That's just
San Marino.
a little stadium.
San Marino.
San
I'm
Marino,
telling
yes,
you. I think they actually hired bleachers to put round the field,
Really?
and we got changed in porta cabins.
Okay.
I mean, what kind of international football is that? When people are sitting on bleachers that have been brought in just for the game, and you're getting changed in a portaloo. Fantastic.
Standards.
Oh,
Standards,
seriously.
Stevie.
Getting changed in a porta
Yeah,
cabin.
there was-
Not a portaloo.
And I'll tell you what,
Mario?
It's funny though. Oh my God. Yeah, no, what Stevie highlighted brought me back to memories too with Holland. We went there and they just literally built a new stadium, and the stadium only had a pact of like, what is it, maybe 10? And you know, coming with Holland, being used to, not because it's Holland, but being used to playing 50,000, 60,000 people. And then you play for 10, and not even 10 turned up. I think it was even less than that. But it was, oh my God. And you know what the thing is? That you play football, and everybody is in front of the goal. It was everybody in front of the goal, and we are trying to score a goal. It was incredible, that game. I'll never forget that. It was no football. It was literally just us against an army.
Beautiful, guys. Thank you so much for today. Really much appreciated for your time. Thank you. ESPN FC will be back on your screens tomorrow. Be reflecting on Argentina 1-1 at the moment. The game that's going on in the background. They're taking on Paraguay. We'll be talking about that. And, of course, a bit more Nations League.